Steve London, one of SOCAN's composers who score. You're nominated for Born to be Blue, and you worked with David Braid and Todor Kobakov. Can you tell me a little bit about what it was like working with those guys doing the score for the movie?
Sure. Do you want me to take this? Sure, go ahead. Yeah, working three composers on a film is a little unusual, I know. It was a real team effort, as you might imagine. Everyone did sort of their own bits of the score that we had discussed with Robert, the director. David obviously was the person mainly in charge of the jazz songs for the film, so he had some themes that he'd worked together, and Todor had some themes that he'd worked together, and I had some. And at the end of it, everyone kind of put their stuff in a pot, and Robert and I knitted everything together from the things that Todor had done and the things that David had done, and things that I'd done. And we ended up also with a music editor as well, who was in the mix, adding and shaping and doing stuff. So it really was a full team effort all the way along, and I think it was a pretty unique experience.
When you were a little younger than you are today, you studied with composers like Elmer Bernstein, who's incredibly well-known and incredibly prolific, great composer, Jerry Goldsmith, Christopher Young. Studying with people like that, who are kind of legends in the scoring industry, how did that affect the approach that you take to the work you do now?
Obviously, greatly. I didn't work with Elmer an awful lot. We had a couple lectures with him and got to go to the scoring session for Devil in the Blue Dress when he was doing that in the 90s at Taddeo, and that was pretty spectacular. Elmer was an unbelievable composer, just a gentleman, like a lovely guy, but was very, I would say, I guess, a flexible composer is maybe the best way to put it. He talked about his starting off with Magnificent Seven and being pegged as the Western guy, and then changing to, in the 70s, to Animal House and comedies and things like that. So, I mean, musically I learned a lot from studying his scores, and he would also give some pointers and things like that. But certainly the one thing that I took away from him was about perseverance and not allowing yourself to get pigeonholed as a composer, because it so often happens that you're only the superhero guy or only the horror guy.
What are you up to now? What's coming up in the hopper? What are you going to be working on next?
I can't talk about a few things quite yet, but I am actually starting another video game. And we're going to do a big band, sort of in the vein of the Cowboy Bebop score, which is Yoko Kanno, amazing big band orchestrator and composer from Japan. Her band's called the Seatbelts, I think. Anyway, yeah, so we're starting that pretty soon. And for films, I'll have to get back to you on that.